I'm so glad my staff and I took the time over the last few days to put this video together. It's called Horrible Credit Card Advice That's Destroying Your Credit Score. Actually, we should have called it Horrible Advice That's Really Destroying Your Credit Score. Okay, well, we have come up with a list of what we think are the top 10 pieces of advice that will absolutely kill your credit score. Hello, everyone. My name's Archie. I'm with Smart Wealth Management. And today I want to start with asking you a question, maybe rhetorical. Are you knowingly, unknowingly sabotaging your credit score? Today, I want to talk to you about the worst credit card myths that might be killing your credit score and overall financial health. I'm sure you've heard some of them, if not all of them. We sure have. They keep getting repeated. So if you have any questions or comments about the topic, and I'm sure you've got to have a few, please take a minute to put that in the comments. We and everyone else would love to hear about it. Somebody probably wants to ask the question that you're about to ask, so you might as well ask it. And if you would please subscribe, remember, it doesn't cost you a cent, and it would really help us with the Google algorithm. So, that said, on with the show. Have you ever heard someone say, or have you read, that keeping a balance on your credit card is good for your credit score? Think again. From time to time, I'm sure you've heard the advice about credit cards that seems like it might be helpful, then it turns out to be awful, really, really awful. In this video, we will uncover the truth behind these dangerous pieces of advice, and we're going to help you build a strong credit score. So, if you're new to the world of credit cards, maybe you've been around for a while, you'll want to avoid these big mistakes that are simply going to kill your credit score. So stick around, because the truth's going to surprise you. Stay tuned, and you're going to find out if you're making any of these critical mistakes. We've got 10 of them, and I think for the first one, you need to be sitting down. And please excuse me if I laugh a little bit, because these are actually kind of funny. I'm going over this advice, and it's just hard to believe that there are actually people out there with this advice. So, number one, if you can't pay your credit card, just open a new one and transfer the balance. This advice is like trying to clean your dirty room by just moving the mess to another room. It doesn't solve the problem, it just moves it around. It didn't solve it when you were a kid, it's not going to work now. Each balance transfer usually comes with fees. You could face higher interest fees. It's a lot better to focus on paying down the debt steadily instead of moving it around. It's just better to tackle the debt head on and find ways to pay it off gradually. And if you'd like to hear more about balance transfers, we happen to have a great video on our channel. It's called The Hidden Dangers of 0% APR Balance Transfers, Gift or Curse. And I'll leave a link in the description below for an article on our website that goes into even deeper stuff on this and things even in greater detail. Number two, max out your credit cards to show you can handle higher credit limits. Well, think about it. Think about your credit card as like a glass of water. You fill it to the very top, it's going to spill over. It's going to cause a mess. Maxing out your credit card actually shows your lenders you are actually living on the edge and you might not be able to pay that back. This doesn't look good. It's going to actually hurt your credit score and make it harder for you to get credit in the future. And guess what? We've also got a video that talks about this, along with sage words from my favorite, Dave Ramsey and Mark Cuban. This video is called 10 Top Credit Card Mistakes, How to Avoid Them. And if you haven't had the benefit of listening to the thoughts of those two regarding credit cards, you will not want to miss the video. It is a hoot. Number 3, let your credit card balance build up. It will show you need a higher credit limit. Well, not a great analogy, but think about this as like you're letting your car run out of gas to prove you need a bigger gas tank. Allowing your balance to build up can lead to higher interest charges, higher risk of missing payments. Lenders would prefer to see that you can manage your credit limit responsibly before they offer more credit. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, to most people. Number 4, using more than 50% of your credit limit shows you can handle debt well. Well, imagine your credit limit like a playground. If you use more than half of it, it's like crowding out all the equipment. It makes it harder to play safely and smoothly. Use more than 50% of your credit limit can hurt your credit score because it shows lenders you are using too much of your available credit, which of course can be risky. And number 5, keep a balance on your credit card to improve your credit score. Okay, we've heard this way too many times. Please somebody tell me how this makes any sense. Keeping a balance on your credit card is like carrying a heavy backpack all day, thinking it's going to make you stronger. It doesn't help you. It just wears you out. It's going to make you tired, and it's going to cost you money, and it's going to cost you interest. Paying off your balance in full each month shows you can manage your money well and helps your credit score. And number 6, transfer your balance frequently to take advantage of 0% APR offers. It's similar to advice that we talked about in number 1. Constantly transferring your balance is like moving to a new house every few months just to avoid paying rent. I don't know how that makes sense. It might seem like a good idea at first, but each move comes with more costs, more complications, and eventually you're going to run out of new places to go. Kind of like maybe you're a hoarder and just you don't have a choice. And the expenses will catch up with you. Each balance transfer usually comes with fees, and if you miss a payment or promotional period ends, you could face higher interest rates. It's better just to focus on paying down the debt steadily instead of moving it around. Now, I actually understand that in certain circumstances, it could make sense. But you've got to be a very disciplined person to make this work. What's that saying? A leopard doesn't change spots. If you've already dug a hole, you can really stop yourself from digging a deeper one. If you can't do this, well, at least I wish you luck. Number 7, stop using credit cards altogether to improve your credit score. Sure, this advice is like not driving your car to avoid accidents. Kind of makes sense maybe. If you never use your credit cards, lenders won't see any recent activity. How are they going to judge your credit worthiness? Responsible use of your credit card, such as making small purchases and paying them off on time, this helps building positive credit history. This makes sense. Now, number 8. Apply for multiple credit cards at once to boost your available credit. No, applying for multiple credit cards at once is like filling your plate at the dinner table. You can't eat it all. It's not like an eat it all buffet. It shows that you're taking on more than you can handle. It just makes things irresponsible. And all the quick hard pulls to your credit doesn't look good to lenders. Multiple credit inquiries can lower your credit score, and having too many accounts can make you look very risky to lenders. Hope that makes sense. And number 9, cancel credit cards you no longer use to simplify your finances. I think this one by far is one we hear the most. It's a little tricky and can actually make sense at the right time for the right reason. It can because maybe it's the best choice from a list of very, very bad choices. But canceling old credit cards is like throwing away old trophies. They may not seem useful, but think about it. They show your history of success. Keeping old credit cards open can help credit score by showing a long credit history and keeping your credit utilization low. And number 10, a corollary to number 9. Close your oldest credit card to increase your credit score. Well, closing your oldest credit card is like tearing out the first chapter of a book. It removes important parts of your story. Your credit card helps you show long-term credit history, which is important for your credit score. Keeping it open, even if you don't use it often, might not be your favorite one, but it can benefit your credit score. We've got a video where we talk about this to increase your credit scores fast with these 3 tips. I will leave it in the description below. Dealing with credit cards can be tricky, and bad advice can mess up your credit score. Like a bad recipe can ruin a meal. Your credit score is basically a report for your finances. Just like you need to study to do your homework and get good grades, you need to pay your bills on time, use only a bit of your credit, and keep your credit cards to build a strong credit history. At Smart Wealth Management, we're here to help you make smart choices. No matter where you are in your journey, whether you're building, rebuilding, or growing your credit, my team and I at Smart Wealth Management are here to help you every step of the way. Hold on, don't leave just yet. Please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and if you found this interesting, why keep the fun to yourself? Please pass it on to someone else, and please hit that like button if you enjoyed the ride. It would mean the world to us. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. That's a wrap.